Hey, so today I'm going to talk about something that I was doing about a couple hours ago that immediately sounded weird. I don't know why I said it like that, but a couple hours ago, I don't know, I just like sat down and suddenly like my breath was gone. Like I suddenly couldn't breathe. Okay, a couple hours ago, I was looking through a list I had written down because I remember when I first started changing out phones, right? Because like sometimes like your phone like starts like breaking, and so you get like sometimes you like upgrade to like a newer model and shit, right? And I didn't know how that worked. I didn't really know how you like transferred your shit from one phone to another. So I remember I wrote down a list of YouTube channels I was subscribed to because I was thinking to myself like, okay, I don't know how this works. If I transfer my shit to one phone, I might have to like resubscribe and all that shit. And I didn't want to like lose all the channels I was subscribed to, so I wrote them all down. This was a long time ago, like a long ass time ago. So I don't even know how long ago, but that list is old as shit. And I talked about this that I once looked back through some like older channels that I used to watch, and that's how I found out that Raid Wolf was a predator, and how I was kind of just like, damn, I really liked his content, but he's a fucking terrible person. And so I was looking through that list and I wanted to see, like, hey, is there any channels from way from the past that I've just completely forgotten about? And there were. I found two channels that are like completely inactive, and one channel that was mysterious, or two channels were mysteriously deleted. However, one of them was mysteriously deleted, I guess, by the person who made the channel. However, the fourth channel was deleted, I'm guessing, by YouTube because of what happened. Now, this was just me like looking back, right? I was looking through these channels. I wanted to see like all of them. Some of them were ones I remembered. Some were ones that I just weren't subscribed to because I just didn't care for the content anymore. Some I still was. And these were channels that I had completely forgotten about. Now, back then, I used to watch a lot of, or well, I still do. I still watch a lot of stuff relating to gaming, anime, commentary, drama, all that type of shit, right? So I was watching. So, uh, how many of them? Like, actually, all of them. All four of them were like gaming channels. However, two of them were more anime and gaming, and the two of them that I'm not subscribed to anymore were very. They played a lot of like more like adult rated like anime games, kind of like what Lost Pause used to do. Now he just does like a hentai review, meme review thing. I love his I love Lost Pause content. It's so over the top and it's goofy. But I used to watch like some weirder channels back then just because I thought they were funny. And well, one of them completely changed their channel's name, and the only reason I'm not like bringing up their channels is because like they're gone. Like they're well, I guess they're gone. Well, I guess if they're gone, that means I can talk about them. One was named like Mischievite or something like that. I don't really know what her name was, but she was like a very perverted type character. I don't remember shit from her channel, but I looked it up and it's now called like Fat Gaming Ho or something like that. And that's like that's a good name. That's a pretty good name. But she's been gone for like 2 years, it seems like. There was another channel called Bultramax or something like that. And I don't remember if he reminded me a lot of Oompaville back when Oompaville used to do gaming content. And his whole gimmick was that he had an afro. That was his whole gimmick. I remember I used to like his content, but when I checked, he had been gone for like a year or two, something like that. And then another one was called Call Me Coda or something like that. And he was essentially a PewDiePie Markiplier clone, and he took pride in that. Like that, he literally like took pride in that. That's what his channel was about. Was that he took pride in the fact that he was a clone of them. And when I went to check his channel, he was gone. Like he was just completely fucking erased. Like I don't even know. And the only thing I got from it is that he eventually changed his name to like Commander Apparition or something like that. Before it was like delete, it was completely deleted. And it seems like no one knew, and it seems like no one cared, which it's kind of weird because usually even the smallest content creator, if they just completely disappear from like delete their channel entirely, you'll always have people like talking about it regardless. Like a fucking channel with like 500 subscribers would have like a full like Reddit thread talking about what happened to them if they just don't tell people why they disappeared. So the King or the Call Me Koda one was kind of strange, right? So those are the three channels that I look back on that, their ending seems that they just like walked off, right? However, this fourth one, as I was looking back, his name was Azman, or AZZ, trying to like make it so their title is an ass so that YouTube doesn't, fucking bring a hammer down on their channel. He was like some New Zealander YouTuber, very big into like Yandere Simulator, which, if anyone knows that fucking game, that game has the most rocky history humanly possible. And his content was about playing perverted games, anime games, and just whatever the fuck he could get his hands on. And at the same time, because I haven't seen most of these channels in a long time, I don't remember most of their content. I don't remember a lot of his. I just remember that, his channel was overly perverted. And honestly, when you go into like the anime or anime gaming channels, they're always going to be like that, right? It's that's their form of entertainment, right? So I remember that I eventually unsubscribed to him because I just wasn't interested in his content anymore. He was just kind of getting boring. And quite a few years passed, and I look back, I'm looking at these like 4 channels that have, you know, eluded me for so long because I didn't know what happened to them. And I found 2 of them, one of them is gone, and then Asman was gone. But when I type his name is in one of the first videos I get is Asman is a grooming predator or something like that. And holy shit, it's the fucking Raid Wolf situation all over again. Where I'm like, what happened to him? What happened to him? And then I type it in, his channel's gone, and the first thing I see is talking about that he groomed like 3 children. And I was like, holy shit. Like, really? Well, goddamn. Like, you fucking don't watch a channel for a couple years, you come back, they're gone, and you find out that they're just a horrible fucking person. And I did watch the video, and it's just the guy, going over the grooming report, basically, all the people's accounts. And basically that Asman didn't even deny it. Like, he basically was just like, oh, the law of consent in Australia is 16, or New Zealand is 16. And, like, that's always the thing when they're, like, when someone's not from America and they get caught, like, grooming a child, they always use the age of consent, like the fucking lion maker thing. But, like, I was just genuinely like, Asman, like, I didn't remember the name, and then I typed it in, and I saw his logo, and I was like, oh shit, I remember that logo. But then underneath the logo was like, oh, he's a predator, and I was like, oh, cool. So yeah, I was looking back at some channels, the whole list. There were some that I remembered, some that I didn't look up because I didn't care. But there were these ones that I just couldn't remember. Like, I genuinely looked at the names and I was like, who the fuck are these people? Why can I not remember who these are? And like I said, 2 of them, they left their channel up and walked away. One of them just completely fucking erased his, and the other was a bad, bad man. And I know people are gonna like pull the whole like, oh well, he played perverted games and his name was Asman. You should have expected that. And I always hate that argument. I hate when people just immediately see like someone who has like a perverted sense of humor, or they like perverted games, or they just even like porn in general, and their first instinct is, oh, this person based their whole channel or thing around that, so you're shocked that they're a predator. It's like, yes, because you shouldn't assume that someone is going to be a predator ever, no matter what their interest is. I don't give a shit if some dude likes to fucking watch anime all day of his life. I don't care if some dude watches porn like 5 times a day. That doesn't mean that the person's going to be a predator. Like, you should never look at someone and think this person's a predator because of anything like that. Unless the person literally says, I am a predator, you shouldn't believe that person's a predator. Just because they made perverted content, you should never expect it. But like, I remember when I was like looking it up, and then I went on like the Reddit thread that was like talking about it. Like, there are people who are literally just like, oh well, he plays Yandere Simulator, so that makes sense. And it's like, that literally does not make sense. How do you make that make sense? Because he played a game about a fucking yandere killing people so she can get her senpai? Like, you should never hope that someone is a predator, nor should you ever say, yeah, saw it coming, because that's fucked up. Because that just means that you're literally seeing people as predators before they've even done anything to be called a predator. Because you know how easy that'd be? I could see a dude eating Cheez-Its on like Twitch and just be like, oh, he's eating Cheez-Its, what a predator. Like, that's how easy it is. And then if that guy got called a predator, I'd be like, oh, I fucking knew it. He was eating Cheez-Its. Fucking creep. But this was one where I looked it up and I was just like, damn, that's fucked up. This man, and the fact that he was just like, well, the fact that he didn't even really deny it is kind of just like, it's weird. But yeah, so when I was looking back, three of them, it was like, two of them was like nice reminiscing, one of them was confusion, and then the last one was just like shaking my head, kind of just like, damn, really? Are they really? It's just gonna end like that. So yeah, I don't know. I was looking back. I wanted to reminisce. I didn't think I was gonna find another Raid Wolf situation when I looked back at channels I used to watch, but goddamn, goddamn. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to look back, but then you find some weird things, and it happens. But I can still look back at the things and be like, hey, I used to watch these channels, just ignoring the horrible shit that happened. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. So whatever.